Hi everyone, I've just seen Shoshana's comment. I don't know why the link is not visible. It must be something to do with YouTube not letting me share a link like that. I don't know, but I'm going to try again in a minute. My hairband is wonky. Let's do this again. Hello Shoshana. Do you know what I've been meaning to say? The hairbands that I wear, right, are all by the same company, and I want to give them a bit of a shout out, and I'll tell you why. Because whenever I tag them, they always reply and say thank you for advertising our brand. And not only that, but whenever I wear a headband in one of my shots, even when I haven't tagged them, they like my photo. They pick up that I'm wearing their headbands. And you know, there are very few companies that actually show appreciation to people that advertise their stuff for free. So I just want to give a big shout out to Blom. I do love their headbands. All of my headbands, apart from one or two, are from Blom. They're a little bit more expensive than some of the cheaper headbands you'll get on Amazon, but they don't give you a headache. And you can wear them in different directions. And this is my newest one. It's teal and I love it. So big shout out to Blom, right? B-L-O-M. Have a look at them. They're great. And they do them in loads of colours. And they're really comfortable and they don't give you headaches. Okay. Hello, Shoshana. Lovely to see you. So, now I realise that you said that my link didn't come up. Now let me see if I can put the link here. Let me see. Can I comment on my own video? Live chat. Yes. Yes, it's not visible. So I'm trying to comment. Chat viewing options. No? How do I comment on my own video? Hello. I'm just trying to work out how I comment on my own video. There must be a way, because I've seen other people doing it. Top chat. Let's do that. No? Live chat. So now I can't work out how to chat on my own video. Isn't that weird? Anyway, yeah, I posted the link below my video and it's not visible for some bizarre reason. So I wondered why none of you had joined. It must be that YouTube are not allowing me to post the link. So that I've done a link to Ali M's Beauty Hangout so that you can basically all add yourself to the conversation rather than me having to collect all your email addresses, which is going to be more complicated. And apparently it's invisible. Hello, Julianne. So I'm just trying to work out if I can actually comment on my own video, because I was going to just type in the link while I'm running. What I might do is maybe it'll let me do it in replies. I don't know. This is really bizarre. Let me see. I'm just going to try something. I'm going to if I come out, I don't know. I'm going to have another go at sending you links. If not, what I might do, I know what I'll do, is I will get one of your email addresses and see if you can put the link. There must be something in YouTube that doesn't allow you to post links to Hangouts, and I'm not quite sure why. Exactly, it's another Google thing. No, and I posted the link. Jack, do you know how I comment on a live video? Because then I could comment the link.
You can comment on the live
video. Yeah, but on my own video. Do you know how I comment on it? I've got my tech expert coming. So look, when I do that, it just gives me the chat options and I can see everybody else's. But I want to comment on my own video and it won't let me do it.
I've seen people people do it, so...
Say it verbally. It's the thing is, it's one of those wwxyp.share. Oh.
Oh, wait, no.
No, that's not going to do it, is it? No.
Wait.
Don't mute my microphone, will you? More. No, it's not. It's... Okay, well, I'm going to try and share it again. I know it's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it. The only thing is if I would copy the link and you comment on it, but I'm going to just try and copy it again later, all right, guys? But there is a link, and then you click on the link, and then basically it will take you to Ali M's Beauty Hangout. And then I've been messaging people going, oh, hi, if you've joined me, you'll be able to see this message. So I'm going to copy the link again later after this video. And what I'll do afterwards is when I put the link, I'll put, can anyone see the link in a separate comment? And then if you can answer me, then I'll keep going until somebody sees the link. It might be that I do it in a reply. I don't understand why Google would block you sharing a Hangout link. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but we'll keep going, and maybe if someone else posts a link. It's probably that what they do is people, they're trying to filter out people sharing links to their own videos and stuff like that. So they probably think it's spam and they filter it out. But there you go. Now, I thought today that I would show you yet again this foundation, but I ordered from Boots, picked it up yesterday, along with that £2.50 concealer, the £4 loose powder, and this, which has had really good reviews, which is the primer. So I thought I'd put the whole kind of CYO base on. Julianne, yes, if you don't mind typing your email addresses, then I can kind of email you an invite. But I don't know whether you want to share I wouldn't want to encourage you to share your email addresses on here. So if you don't mind doing that, but don't do it just yet. Do it afterwards so that when I've got your email address, I can email it to you and then quickly delete your email address. That might be a way around it. But let me see if I can copy. Has to be a Google address. No, I don't. Oh, good question. I don't know. You see, we're getting into it all now. Probably, yes. But you should have a Google address. If you are able to comment on YouTube, you must have a Google address because YouTube is part of Google. So, look, I'm putting on. We'll get into that a bit later, and then I'll do the makeup, and then before we go, we'll have a think again. So this is the primer. Now, this primer, I've already tested some of it on my skin, is very, very similar, if not almost identical. Good morning, Pamela, to Daniel Sandler's. It's got the silicone in it, which is smoothing. Don't worry too much, Julianne. We'll sort it out, because I think if I can get the link to you, I could send you the link from any email address. Once you've got the link, it will automatically find your Google Mail account. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ali Pally. So I'm just putting on this CYO primer, which is called Matte and Blur. Now, I think a lot of their products are for oily skin because they are a little bit drying. But you can counteract that by putting on sort of moisture beforehand, which I've done. I made sure that I put a lot of moisturiser. I'm going to put a little bit under my eyes to see if it smooths out under my eyes. So that is the Matte and Blur primer. That's £5 and it's had some really, really good reviews. My hands now feel really sort of silky and slidey. All right, so that is the primer. And now I'm going to put on the foundation and then the concealer and then the powder so that you can see the whole lot. Now, so that's £5. This is £7.99. This is £2.50 at the moment and afterwards will be £5. And this is £4. So we'll see. I'll have to get Jack to do the quick maths. Do you want to do some quick maths, Jack? Do you want to do some quick maths?
Depends what.
You've got to add 4 items together and tell me what the price is. Have you got pen and paper?
Nah, I'll get one right now.
So.
You know, I'll just do on this.
Right, so £2.50. Don't forget your decimal point because they're not all. £2.50, £4. So that's 4.00.
Yeah, I know.
£5. And £7.99. Say £8. Put £8. We'll take the penny off later. Just make it easier to work out.
Just a second.
Give him a bit of maths homework.
I already have homework, but you guys. I have to do the thing over again because it was getting close to my Apex Legends password.
Okay. So there's 4 items, yeah? You've got them all?
Just a sec. And is it plus?
Yes, you add them all together. Want to know the total, please? So that is the foundation. I'll put a little bit on my eyelids, not too much.
£19.49.
Thank you, Jack. £19.49. Well, it'll be 48 pence because we got to take the penny off.
Column method always helps when you're doing this.
Is that right, everyone? Are you going to check Jack's maths? £4, £5, £2.50.
My computer's open right now. I can check my calculator.
So £4, £5, £2.50 and £7.99. But I said £8 to make it easier.
I put £7.99 anyway.
I'm not even going to try and work it out because I'm concentrating on the makeup.
Hey, this is that. Let me calculate.
And now I'm going to put on this concealer. Now, what I would say is you don't need to set this concealer with powder because it is quite drying. So I think it sets itself. And when I tried to set it, it did dry it out a little bit too much. So just don't set it. Like, don't put powder on it because it sets itself. Okay? The reason that I got fair in this is because I saw some reviews and it only got 3 stars. So I looked. I thought, I'm not going to get it if it's no good. But the reviews were, oh, I'm fair and I bought this in fair and it's way too dark.
Yeah, I'm correct. It's okay. £19.49.
Brilliant.
You can't beat me. I'm a maths god.
All right. So people were saying, oh, it's way too dark for me. And I got the fair and it's way too dark. So I thought, okay, I'll get the fair then. Actually, I'll probably put too much on now. Okay, no worries, Linda. You rest up.
Hi.
That's Jack, as you know, saying hi. So that's that concealer on that side. Let's go in here. I think I'll put too much that side. So I'm going to go easier this side. Oh, Julianne, Ballroom Diva said, hi, Jack.
Hey.
What are you doing? Oh, he's doing his sticky hair up again.
No, I used the power of friction.
Okay.
Friction. Yay.
Someone is Claire, just forgot who. Yeah, there is a Claire. Has she joined us? That hair, I know. So if you just joined me before the beginning, I was just giving a shout out to Blom, who make these headbands that I wear on my channel. And the reason I'm giving a shout out to them is because they always comment if I'm wearing one of their headbands in a photo, even if I don't tag them.
Yay.
So, do a bit of line filling. Now, Jack, you know what? Mother's Day's coming up soon in the UK.
And yes, I know.
No,
you
but
told me what you want.
No, not about what I want. I haven't told you what I want anyway.
You said I could make yeah. You said something about making you something for Mother's Day.
Did I? I can't
remember. Steak and chips.
Oh yes, doing me a meal because he likes cooking. But no, the reason I was saying that is I was thinking, you know, that we've had a request for you to do my makeup. It might be a good idea to do it for Mother's Day.
You mean this one?
No, not that one.
Yes, we still have the picture.
Oh, his dad laughed until he cried on that one. Right, so that is the concealer. It made me get a lighter shade of brow pen anyway. And then we have the loose powder. Hello, Beauty Horizon. Sorry, I've forgotten your name and you've told me. But hello. Nice of you to join us. I'm just going to use some powder. But I'm not going to powder under my eyes because it just doesn't... It just doesn't look right. It sets itself. It's quite drying anyway. So I'm not going to powder underneath. And I wouldn't use this powder to set under your eyes. It's too matte. Hello, Soulfried. So I'm just testing out.
Hey, did you see that comment right there?
What? New phone, who dis? He's been nagging me for a phone, and I've said he's too young for a phone. And he's working on the process that if he talks about it all the time, I will eventually give in.
No, I didn't say anything.
He's got an iPod so that he can FaceTime me if he's in trouble. Like, he can FaceTime because he's got an email address. But I think he's too young to have a phone. Razor is the best. Yes, Jack. All right. Enough now, Jack, please. Do you know what? If you carry on about it, the more you go on about it, the less likely I am to consider it.
I won't talk about it anymore.
And certainly if you disrupt my channel talking about it, that'll be it. There'll be no more discussion. There's a fine line between reminding me and annoying me. Right, so that is the powder. Now, it does make you look quite matte, but you can always spray it. Right, move, Jack, because you're going to get sprayed. Stop it, Jack, please.
What? I'm just commenting.
Yeah, but you're commenting about the phone.
No, I'm not. I just said neon.
Well, what's neon mean?
It's my clan.
Okay. I can understand that, Pamela. And Jack's got an iPod where he can contact me on the iPod via email address. But I would agree with you, if they're out in the sticks and they can't contact you, but we're in central London, and I just think he needs to be a bit more mature before he starts using a phone.
I did tell you about the special effects and all that stuff about.
All right, Jack, can we change the subject, please?
Okay, I'm just talking about I told you what the iPhone X came with and what it did.
Yes, I know, darling.
Because I learned about it in year 5.
I know. And you're very good on computers and phones. You're my techno expert. I just think kids are so keen to grow up fast. He wants a Facebook account and things like that. And I wouldn't let him have, the only reason I let him have YouTube one is that it's basically on my account. So that if anyone sends messages to his channel, I actually get a notification so I can keep an eye on him. Because YouTube can get a little bit, I mean, I know. When I started my channel, I got really nasty comment on one of my first videos, and it nearly stopped me. I nearly deleted the account and stopped doing these videos because I thought I don't want to be part of that world. Someone posted a comment saying, why don't you come and watch a proper review? And they put a link to their channel. And it was one of my first reviews. And, you know, you don't feel very confident when you put out your first review. And it really hit me hard. And then I thought, no, come on, you know.
Why don't they learn what a review
So basically what I just said is, look, please go and watch all the reviews that you can. That's what I do. But what I would never do is to put somebody else down in order to promote my channel. So, you know, keep the comments beautiful, not ugly. And I decided I needed to develop a thicker skin, but that really nearly put me off. It was, you know, when it's one of your first videos and you're feeling self-conscious and somebody says, come over and watch a proper review over here, don't watch this.
Hey,
it really hit me hard. Mom. But it doesn't now. I just think, oh, that's their insecurity, not mine.
Mom.
So Mom. I've developed my thick skin.
Mom.
I'm glad I kept going too, because I love you guys and I love doing a live. But Jack, you're going to start bugging me now, please, because I said I'm talking to people on my channel.
I'm just saying.
Go on.
That if it was your first review, I would be like, well...
No swearing, please.
No, I would say, well, you're watching this review, so you are watching a proper review.
Exactly.
Like, who comes on?
Yes, it does. And now, you know, it's like you get like every video you get a dislike, and you just think it's still interaction. You know, when somebody presses unlike, it's still a vote, and actually it means that your videos, that's the great thing about YouTube. If somebody presses unlike, it actually makes your video more viewable because it's counted as a vote. It doesn't matter whether it's a like or a dislike. It's counted as an interaction. So actually what is negative becomes positive. So yeah, just do it because you love doing it, and then nothing can hurt you. And that's what I say. But that's why I'm very wary and keep an eye on Jack's channel, just in case he gets sort of nasty cyberbullying or whatever. Because as you say, it's very easy to do. So anyway, let's get back to this now. So this is the CYO. Now, I think this is a brightener. To me, I still need a bit of concealer. You'll send Hamish to lick them to death. We were watching videos last night of dogs.
I actually respond to... I actually make comments on some videos, and then there's like one person that comes out of the deep dark treacheresses of Under the Bridge living with their troll family.
Exactly.
And say, hey, why did you put this comment? And then I'm just like, why are you reading it?
Exactly. Just, there's some funny people. They've got nothing better to do, Jack. So let it wash over you. Jack, listen, I've got to do my video now, all right? Please? We can chat afterwards. You have all day to chat to me.
I'm only one Facebook.
And do you know what? When I come off here, I'll go, Jack. And you go, Jack, Jack, you listening to me? Anyway, thought I'd use today Pat McGrath. Thank you, Beauty Horizon. Should we do some Pat McGrath? I'm in the mood for Pat McGrath. Yeah, I want some Pat McGrath. Actually, I might use a bit of her small palette as well. Her smaller palette. Just hold on a second. This small palette, in terms of texture and consistency, is my favourite one of all of them. Because for some reason, the smaller palettes are creamier. I know he does. He does love being part of my videos, and I love him to bits. But then it's just that sometimes he takes the conversation and steers it off what I'm trying to talk about. And, you know, it's very easy for me to be steered off the conversation myself. So I have to sometimes bring him back on track. Is strap... Hang on, is my strap twisted? What, you mean this? Do you mean this? Oh, this! You're right. Thank you, Pamela. You're right. My strap is twisted. There you go. I thought you meant this. Thank you. My strap was twisted, Jack. So I'm going to use a bit of this. And I might mix in some colours from the larger palette. But today I'm going to be using some of this one here. And some of this one here. Okay? But this one, the smaller one, is creamier. So I'm going to do this one primarily. So what do you think of that foundation base? It's not bad, is it? It's probably showing up a little bit more today. Maybe I didn't put as much on. The smaller one is called Mothership Bronze. I wish they had the shirt. Is it Bronze? Oh, here. Bronze Ambition. Mothership Bronze Ambition. Just went blurry. Oh, no. Have you gone on to a game? Could you just come off the game for us? You didn't have the game on before, Jack. Just watch some telly or something for a minute. Because it slows down the internet thing. Jack just went onto a game, so it slowed up the internet. And it is terrible, the internet. Right, so I'm going to put on this brown in this palette, which is here in the middle, that brown matte one in the middle. I'm just going to put that into here. Tuck it in. Now, I've seen Charlotte's new video doing an instructional one. I love Shoshana's comments about you know, the calling them an older woman. It is a nice matte canvas. Now, the thing about it being matte is it's not the best if you're mature to wear matte, but you can always bring it out with some more glowy products. And the thing about the advantage of having a matte base is certainly if you're oily or you've got visible pores, there's an advantage to having a matte base. But you can use other things to glow it up a bit. So I'm just putting that into the crease there. It's clear for some of... Yeah, well, I've just told him to come off his game. So once he's off that, which he is...
off the game. I've been off the game for a minute.
Okay.
I'm just watching YouTube.
Okay.
Well, actually just listening to music. So.
Okay, it's clear. That's it. So they're saying it's clear for them now, Jack. So it must have been that. So we've done that. And then I'm going to use... They're all nice. That's a problem. They're all nice. I'd like to use one of these. Which shimmer shade shall I use? You pick, because I can't choose. So there's that one, the coppery one. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Which of the shimmers shall I use? Pink. Which one's pink? They're not pink, that's the thing. So do you mean that one? So I'm going to number them. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So vote now. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I'll go with the majority votes. Copper 3. Any other votes? I'm going to go with the majority. For copper. So we've had 2 for copper, 1 for 4, which is that one. I would say I actually think the smaller palette is creamier. You've got more inventive colours, perhaps, in some of the ones that I've got anyway, in the larger palettes. But they're just not as creamy. These ones are really creamy. Really creamy. Right, hang on, I'm looking. So 4, 4, 4. So we've had 2 for copper, 3 for 4. You're saying 3 or 4, so we'll go for 4 then. Okay. I'll try and incorporate both of them in. All right, I'll tell you what, I can actually do both. So I'll do the copper. Yeah, so I'd said 1, 2. I think you mean this one, don't you? So that one and that one. I will incorporate that one and that one onto the lid, all right? Don't worry, I'll put the lighter one in the middle. And I'm going to put them on with my fingers because it applies the best. And you'll see how creamy they are. And that's without wetting them. Let's do the other side. And then I'll do the other one in the middle. And then number 4 coming up. Just go back in with the copper just to make sure it overlaps a bit. Doesn't look like I've got a line. They just merge in together. Fuzzy again. Have you gone back onto a game?
No.
Oh.
Still watching YouTube.
Oh, technology. Right, I'm going to just go back in with a bit more of this matte. They're reasonably good staying power. I wouldn't say... one of my friends that follows me on Instagram, she says that she won't buy... She's the lady, Elizabeth, her name is. She actually used to have a makeup shop. She said she won't get these anymore because she said they just don't last. They're not brilliant at lasting a long time. They look fantastic when you put them on. But I think it's just about making sure that you use maybe a really good setting powder. So they're not the best, I have to say, at lasting a long time. That is one of the disadvantages. So I'm just going in and just building up at that crease a little bit more. And then I'm just going to pop some of this one here right at the side, and I use it to line my lid. Now, someone was asking about this smudge brush, which was a limited edition Real Techniques. When they brought out these pointy ones, I think they were called Play. So they've got Play sign at the end, and it is a really good brush. But you can get similar ones from Real Techniques. So I'm just going to dip that into this one here. It is a shimmery one. Oops. That went on a bit too thick. But you can get away with it, and I tuck it in at the sides, and I'll blend that out in a minute. I'm doing my triangle bit to lessen the look of the hood. Now I'll take my fluffy brush, blend it out a bit. Very easy to blend. They are beautiful together, and sometimes, you know, it's good to go in for all these colours. That's why I was tempted to use this one, because it's got the greens in it and whatever. But I think there's something about the smaller palette. It's very simple, but just very creamy, and the colours all go beautifully together. This one is lovely, but, you know, when you start introducing lots of colours, it can get a little bit overly complicated, and there's something quite nice about the simplicity of just keeping it all like brown toned or... Now this brown, this was a browny maroony thing, is so creamy. You can actually use it as it's a very good liner as well. let me just show you on the end of my finger how pigmented and creamy it is. Can you see that? It's just really, really creamy. It's a powder, but it feels very, very creamy. And because of that, it's really easy to line with. So I'm just going to take a liner brush. And of course, you can wet these as well, but I don't think you really need to. They just really work well as a liner. Yeah, they are. It is a shame that they really. Now, the other thing about this smaller palette is the one frustration that I had with it is it doesn't, this shadow here, the lightest shadow, I'll show you, is not quite light enough to use under the brow bone as a brow highlight. As you can see, I used it in the centre of my lid. So that's one little, whereas there is a shadow in, not that one. Let me find, I've got my other one here as well. I've got two of them lined up here. I'm just going to look at my, this one here and see if there's a nice brow highlighter. This one is, I'll tell you when I open it. This one is, what one's this one? I think this is 5, isn't it? This one's 5. Yes, it's 5. So this one you'll see has got quite similar. I'm all fingers and thumbs today. It's got quite similar shades, but a few more. I think in terms of colours, this is my second favourite. And that one at the top, this one here, will work as a good, I'm just going to put it on with my fingers, work as a good brow highlight. Still doesn't look that blended in, does it? And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just for a bit of, because I love this rose gold under here. Let me just show you that. I'm going to put that at the bottom inner corner here. Just for the sake of you seeing it. But it also will waken up my eyes a bit. And I'll pop a little bit of what I've just done under my brow. I'll just pop that in there. I could go for something really sparkly, but it is the daytime. Right. Now, I definitely need to get some glow going on because this is a bit flat, this foundation. As you can see, it's going to last me a long time, but it's a bit too matte. And when you use something that's a bit too matte, it tends to be a bit aging. As you see, all these tutorials for more mature ladies talk about keeping it all creamy and glowy. And I know just the thing. So bear with me and I will be straight back. Wrong one. Where are you? Where's the other one? That's the one I want. And I'll have a bit of that. Oops. And a little bit of that, if need be. Right, I'm back. And of course, you know what I've got here. Flawless filter. Glow all glow. So this is just going to give me a bit of glow back. Just put it in areas where you want it to glow and then leave it off your nose or anywhere that you think is going to get a bit too oily. And also this will give me a bit of extra coverage. Just going to use my sponge. See, so you've seen me using this as a primer a lot, but it works equally as well over your makeup. So if you want the best of both worlds and you want a sort of matte finish to hide pores and to make it last longer, but it's then leaving you looking a bit less glowy, then do all that and then just put this over the top and it will give you your glow back. I will put a little bit in the centre. Because there's a difference between glow and oil. Oh yeah. It is a good sponge. I just think it's overpriced. And again, if I go for something that's a little bit more creamier in terms of a blush, I could go for Daniel's actually cream blush. But what I've got here is the Pretty Youth filter. I don't know which one I've got. Pretty Fresh. That'll do. Put that over the top. It applies really well over Flawless filter. So this is Pretty Fresh, Pretty Youth filter. So it'll give you a blush, but it'll also give you a bit of a glow with it. And I definitely need some bronzing up. Shall I use Charlotte's or shall I use... I'll use Charlotte's for a change. I've been using the It Cosmetics one because it's got some good anti-aging ingredients in it. But let's use Charlotte's one. To give me a bit more of a bronzing up. Something I do a lot, not when I'm doing my videos, but just to show you, something I do a lot when I'm finishing off, and I've shown you this before, but not in this context, is I take my bronzing brush and just do this. Squeeze it and do that. And it'll help blend out the crease, but it'll also just tie everything together. over my nose. Then I use a bit of a highlighter. This is still Film Star Bronze and Glow. In fact, though, probably shouldn't have used the powder one. This still doesn't seem that blended. Come on. When in doubt, use your fingers. It's a bit better. It's looking too unblended. And a little bit of this is really gone, this, and I've got another one, but I'm getting the maximum use out of it before I throw it. This is the light wand. I think I've got a bit of glow now. I think the glow is back. So how to get the best of both worlds. If you end up with a matte foundation that's going to last you long, but it takes a bit of the glow away. These are all ways that you can get the glow back. I need some mascara. And my brows doing? How's my foot? Thank you, Leslie. It's no better. But they're scratching their heads thinking, don't know. They've discussed, maybe my consultants discussed doing surgery, which would mean having a skin graft put on the bottom of my foot to heal the ulcer. But I have been advised against that because the people in Foot Health said the problem with doing a skin graft is they very rarely work in where you've got your ulcer. The reason being is that your heel has got the thickest skin on your entire body. And what they generally do is they use skin from your buttocks or your hips, which is very soft. So that's one thing. Secondly, you have to be entirely non-weight bearing, like not even to go to the toilet for weeks on end, because your heel is where you weight bear. So you've got to be completely off your feet. And after like spending 4 weeks completely non-weight bearing, it often doesn't take and it comes away. So that option's out. I was asked to send off for this little device, which I've put on the bottom of my heel, and I had to bandage it in over my dressing yesterday. I felt like a mummy yesterday, having to do all these layers. But so bandaging it in, and it takes the pressure off your heel. I'll show it you in a minute when I get up to get my mascara. And so I've now got that on it, which, if nothing else, has taken some of the pain away. But it is just getting really ridiculous now and so frustrating. But thank you for asking. I didn't think when it was first discovered in November that it would still be here for 5 months on. It's just getting ridiculous now. Yeah, you saw what I had to do yesterday. So this morning, I thought, oh, really can't be bothered to do all that. So this morning, I've just put on socks and the wraps, the black wraps that you saw. And that's enough to give me enough compression, because I just, you know, it's Saturday. I don't want to be getting all those layers on. But if I don't get enough compression onto it, then it's not going to heal. So I've got to keep going. Keep struggling on. But it does get frustrating when you've done all these things and you've gone to great efforts, and then you go back and they say, she now doesn't say it's not changed. She says, oh, well, it's no worse than last week. And I said, so that's a polite way of saying it's no better. And she kind of looks at me. So I'd say, can't fool her. But there you go. I'm just going to get my mascara. So the thing is that I've also got lymphedema, Thorndyke. So which is when your legs swell up because the circulation is damaged. And I developed lymphedema about 3 or 4 years ago after I had a deep vein thrombosis that I didn't feel. And I didn't feel it. It all relates back to spina bifida. So it messed up my circulation. I got lymphedema. The problem is that when you've got lymphedema, so what that means is that your lymph nodes are not filtering out all the fluid from your legs, which is why they get big. So if you've got an ulcer at the same time and you've got all that fluid that's sitting in your legs, it's not getting filtered out and going up to your lymph nodes, then basically it's not going to heal because you need to get all that stuff. Like in your legs, if you've got fluid, the fluid moves down, it goes down there, whatever's down there. Say you've scratched your leg a little bit and then maybe a bit of a germ has entered there, your lymph node will go in and it'll mop it all up and take it back up to your lymph nodes. When you've got lymphedema, all that fluid stays there. It's kind of stuck. And unless you push it back up towards your lymph nodes, it's not going to mop it all back up and clear it all out. So things that like a simple scratch or a gnat bite or an insect bite of some kind can turn into a full-blown infection because of having the lymphedema. So that's why, because I've got an ulcer, I've got to give it maximum compression to make sure that I'm encouraging my lymph node, it all back up to my lymph nodes to get rid of it out of the system and keep everything clean and not get infected. Does that make sense? Sorry, guys. I know it's probably a bit too much information. Right, back to makeup. I'm just going to get some brow stuff and some mascara, and I'll show you this little thing that I've bandaged into my foot. It's very good. If any of you get heel pain, I highly recommend this thing for my heel. I'll show it you. Right, okay, so I want to get my mascara, my brows, and I will show you my little, because I got two and I of course don't need it on my other foot, so I can show you the other one. So this is this little thing that you can put. So if you have heel pain or plantar fasciitis, Foot Health people recommended this to me to buy it, and I've bandaged this inside over my dressing, but inside, so it's all bandaged into my heel, and it basically takes the pressure off your heel. So this is my last ditch attempt at trying to take the pressure off that ulcer. But if you have heel pain and you put that and you bandage it in to your heel, it really takes the pain away. Absolutely. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, and it's frustrating because it's on a point where you walk on it or you stand on it. You'd think me being a mobility scooter, it would heal a lot quicker, wouldn't you? But because I walk around in my flat and I stand, actually, it's just not healing. Anyway, so let's get back to my brows. Now, I've worked out that basically this ash brown is perfect for me. So I'm going to put the ash brown Anastasia Beverly Hills with a bit of ebony at the end if need be. But like on a day-to-day basis, I'm using the ash brown. So quick, so easy. I'm going to try and do it today so I don't have to do a lot of cleanup. It's the other one that often I have to clean up. But I think I've mastered a way of doing it so that it doesn't end up pushing all that lot up there. I just go in this way. So this shade that I'm using is Ash Brown, which is a lot less Crazy Town Villain than the one I was using before. See how quick that was? Mascara. Mascara, mascara, mascara. Let's use my favourite all time. So one thing I've tried others, but I always use this in the end is my MAC Upward Lash. You notice my eyes aren't watering as much today. So the ointment that the doctor recommended didn't really help, but I got the drops use in the day, and they did. And that you're going to ask me what they are now. I'm going to have to post it underneath later. Xalin, I think they're called. That's it, Xalin. Xalin, and instead of using, well, I'm going to try and use the ointment at night as well. But using the drops in the day has helped. And then, you know the lipstick that I've been wearing the last couple of days? Because my mood takes me to it. And I think it's the kind of, my foot's not healing mood, red lipstick. And I have to say that this is without doubt, and you know how many red lipsticks I have, without doubt this is my favourite. Is this Daniel Sandler one called Micro Red. And I'll tell you why it is in a minute. Now, there's all sorts of reasons why this is my favourite. One is because I just love Mr. Sandler, but that's not my main reason. This, I love the shade. I love the orangey red of it. But the other thing is, it lasts quite a long time. Obviously, it's a normal traditional lipstick, so it's not going to like last for hours while you eat oily food and all of that business. But it lasts a reasonably long time. It is the perfect mix of being long wearing but moisturising. It just feels really lovely on the lips. It feels really moisturising, really comfortable, and it just makes your lips look great. And it's about £10 cheaper than Charlotte's ones. Micro Red, Daniel Sandler. Honestly, is my favourite red lipstick of all of them. And I have got Charlotte's. I've got, oh, how many Charlotte ones have I got? Love Bite, which is probably the closest one to this. I have got, oh, the other one that's quite close to this is Tell Laura. I have got Red Carpet Red. I've got the new Studio 64. I've got reds coming, well, you saw my red lip week, but this is without doubt my favourite, and I have been wearing it for the last 3 days because there's something about it that just is so healing for me. It just makes me feel I can take on the world. So I was getting a bit emotional talking about my feet, so it made me reach for this one. And you can use it on your cheeks as well. As you can. Pigment is pigment. It's about £14 and he ships internationally. And you know, if I'm not sure that you're going to like something, I'll say, you know, you may like this, or, you know, I don't want to be responsible for somebody buying something that they don't like. You know, I always go phew when someone says, oh, I bought that, Ali, and I love it. But I just can't see what there wouldn't be to like about this lipstick. Now, let me do a close-up. And it's about 14, I'm sure it's £14.50 or something. Comes in a tube like that. No, don't worry. You haven't upset me, Leslie. Do you know what it is? It's good to talk about it with friends. But it just has been, it's been making me, I've been emotional all week about it because of the sheer frustration. So really do not apologise. I'm just, do you know what? It's great to have, I'm going to get emotional again. But it's great to have friends that are keeping track of it and asking me how I am. It's just me being emotional. It's not upsetting me at all. It's the fact that I've got friends that care enough to ask. And that's what makes me emotional. Exactly. And I don't, you know me, I don't like to moan. But I've been quite weepy all week. And, you know, weepy in boots because I couldn't get the CYO foundation. How silly is that? Exactly, and it's just the fact that I know that you guys are all there and that you're all asking me and you're all interested, and it's just such a lovely community, so thank you. And see, now all my makeup, let's see, does this last? Does this last now? Let's see if the concealer lasts. Anyway, yeah. So please don't apologise for asking how I am because it's lovely, really is. So, does anyone have any further questions? Perhaps move on now from my foot or I'll start blubbering and all of this will come off. Exactly, I will. So we'll change it. So you're not in trouble, Leslie. Just change the subject. Wait, oh, you thought I was cheating on my husband? No. First of all, Daniel's not my type. And second of all, I'm definitely not his type.
Wait,
Daniel is married. Daniel is married.
Did they say your husband?
Yeah, no, they said when I kept going on about how I love Daniel Sandler, they thought I was cheating on my husband.
But he's not your husband.
No, well, I call him my husband.
You're not married.
I call him my husband. He calls me his wife. He calls me the missus.
No,
but we haven't marched down the aisle.
You call each other your partners.
No, I don't. He calls me his missus. We haven't walked down the aisle because we've chosen not to. But to all intents and purposes, he's my husband. So, yeah, no. So, Daniel, I'm not his type. He's not my type. I just love him as a person and as a makeup artist, and that he's a very kind and generous human being. And but it's not just about that. He's done a lot to kind of support me when I've said about makeup not being accessible. And his heart's in a good place. He doesn't spend all his money going and putting out TV adverts. And I'm sorry if when I say that, that sounds like an implied criticism to other manufacturers, but so be it. Right, I do think some other manufacturers, and I'm not going to name names, you can make your own conclusions, they spend all their money on PR and advertising and putting out super duper television adverts. But when it comes down to people like you or me promoting their products, they ignore them. You know, you send messages and you don't get a response. I sent messages, I will name one. I sent message to these people saying, I love your foundation. Can you let me know? Because I've got viewers that want to know if it's available in Australia. And I've been completely ignored. And yet on their website, it says, get in touch with us via Instagram and we'll respond to you. But actually they don't. So Daniel always does. He's a kind person. But also, I wouldn't say, if he was a kind person and he was lovely to me, but his lipstick wasn't very good, I wouldn't tell you to go and get it. And I've told you, his foundation is lovely. My sister uses it. A lot of people love it, but because it's very low coverage, you won't see me using it a lot on my channel because it's not my cup of tea. So I wouldn't be telling you go and get his foundation unless you said, I like really low coverage dewy foundation, in which case go get his foundation. All right. And you can order samples. The reason that people don't know about him and his products are cheaper is because he doesn't spend it all on marketing. He spends it on actually engaging with people that love his products. And that's what I love about him. I used to love Charlotte's Eye Quads, but they used to make the eyes itchy and watering, so I stopped using it. Yeah, I think one of the things, Mimi, is if you use her eye pencils, these ones, and you don't sharpen them after each use, you will get itchy eyes. I thought I was allergic to these, and then I looked up the ingredients to see what was in them and realised there was no preservatives in them. So basically, you are introducing potential eye infection every time if you don't sharpen the eye pencil before each use. And if you look, she always goes in with a sharpened eye pencil. You probably should do that with every eye pencil, whether it's got preservatives in or not. But you should definitely do it with Charlotte's because there are no preservatives. And as soon as I started sharpening her eye pencils before each use, so like before I'll do a video on here, I'll go in, if I'm using her eye pencils, I'll go in and sharpen them all. As soon as I started doing that, they stopped itching. So definitely, if you've got her eye pencils, do that. The other thing is that you can get this spray, which I've got. Let me just show it you. You can get this spray. That I use a lot. It's called an antibacterial makeup spray, and this is by the Pro Hygiene collection. I think Wayne Goss has talked about this, and you can literally go in, I'll show you, and you can spray your palettes. You leave it to dry for a moment. It doesn't upset the palette, but it will basically take all the surface germs away. It will kill any potential bacteria. Just hold it about that far away. You can see, and then just spray the thing. You'll see now that it looks a little bit wet. Okay. And then you just spray it, and then you just leave that open while it dries down. It doesn't take long. And that is now free of bacteria. So it's called the antibacterial. You can get this on Cult Beauty. Okay, it's basically got, what's it got in it? Kills 99.99% of bacteria and Candida albicans within 60 seconds of application. Keep away from wounds, direct wounds. And wipe residue off the product with a clean tissue. So if there's any dots of residue around the palette, you just go round it with a tissue and wipe that bit off. But actually, it's fine. Yeah, I think we all are. I'm certainly guilty. And I don't clean my brushes as much as I should. One thing I'm going to get, but I'm waiting now until I move because we really need to clear space in here. But one thing I'm going to get is one of those brush cleaners. There's a Pro one that's actually, you can clean more than one brush at a time. People don't know what I'm talking about. It's called the Style Pro. And there's a Style Pro, I think, which cleans more than one brush. And you put your brush into it and it cleans it and then it air dries it. So, yeah. See you all later. Yeah, you've reminded me I better get some washing done as well. Is it alcohol? You can spray with rubbing alcohol. Yes. I'm just trying to look at the ingredients in this. I think you probably could just use rubbing alcohol with a spray as well. And I think Wayne Goss has done that. I think this probably, it's by the smell of it, that's probably what it is. So yes, you can use rubbing alcohol too. Let me just see if I've answered all your questions. And then I will come off. I'm just going to, and I will put that link again. And then I'll put a question saying, have you seen the link? Why don't you set up a PO box so we can send you goodies? Oh, that's lovely, Terry. You don't need to send me goodies. But that's very kind of you. What's a piece of paper at the end of the day? Love and understanding is all you need. I'm going to look back at all your comments when I come off. But please take a look and see if you can see the link. I'm going to post the link as soon as this gets uploaded. I will post the link, all right? So have a good day, and sorry about my blubbering again. I'll try and pull myself together by next week. It was putting this lipstick on. That's how makeup affects me. It kind of reminds me of putting on a front to the world, and that's when it came out. All right, take care. Have a lovely day.